What's up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here, and today we are on a private server that I am working on. And for those of you guys who have followed my channel, you guys know that I'm working on a new idea for a server, and that this server is going to have some, I guess I would say, some interesting ideas. Well, we had planned on, one second, there we go. We had planned on finishing up the Terra Firma Craft server, but we've been having a lot of issues with it and just been in general getting frustrated. So actually I don't need that many. That ought to be fine. And so we have kind of decided that we're going to at least temporarily scrap the idea. We may go back to it, so if you're in love with it, don't freak out. I still have the server files and all of that, but we are going to be switching over to our new idea. Now, this is the idea that I've been wanting to do for a while. The reason I didn't do this idea previously was strictly just due to the fact that I didn't have the mods. For those of you guys who know about Minecraft, 1.3 came out August 1st, and that kind of changed a lot of the ways the things work. And one of the things that was changed was the difference between single player and multiplayer. Now, multiplayer previously was its own little setup, its own little machine, and what some of the things that you could do in multiplayer you couldn't necessarily do in single player with mods like Thaumcraft. The way Thaumcraft worked, etc., just did not work with multiplayer. It was a single player only mod because that's just how it worked. And I don't know all the gory details. I'm sure there is a reason behind it. It was just the way the coding worked. And you basically, if you were making a mod for Minecraft, you kind of had to decide which mod which setup you were going to go with. Now, there's also two different kinds of mods. There's Forge mods, and then there's Bucket mods. Well, Forge mods are nice because you just drop it into the mods directory, and Bucket mods are nice too because very similar setup. The issue with the two is they don't play nice together, and since they don't play nice together, it kind of leads to some trouble. So you basically have to have a mod for your mods to make them work together. So MCPC is something that makes Forge and Bucket work together. The problem with it is when 1.3 came out, it changed the game, like I just said, and due to that, you kind of had to wait until all of these guys completely redid their setups. And, we knew it was going to take a little bit of a while, but I didn't expect it to take this long. There we go. That's what we need. Whoops. I knew it was going to take a bit, but, getting Bucket out, I think it took like 3 weeks for Bucket, or 2 weeks for it to really get out. And then after Bucket released, it took, another, couple weeks for Forge to come out. And then, you got to wait on all the mods. And I wanted to have basically Tekkit with ICBM for this server idea to work. Well, the problem that I was running into is ICBM was current and it was up to date. The developer is pretty solid about keeping it all up to date, keep it rocking and rolling. Well, the issue with that is he was on 1.3. Well, Tekkit had some problems with ICBM in the 1.2.5 version, and the developer had fixed that, but he fixed it when he upgraded. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just if I'm trying to run 1.25, I can't use the fix. So it just wouldn't work for me. And so when I contacted the developer, he basically told me I had to wait until it updated, which kind of sucks. So I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and then a lot of the mods finally started updating. Buildcraft and Industrial Craft are both updated. Unfortunately, Red Power is not still, which is one of my favorite mods. That one's probably going to be a bit. Well, insufficient energy still. All right. So, when I tried to get the server set up, I figured, well, we'll just go with Buildcraft and Industrial Craft for now. It's not the way I'd like to run it, but it'll work, and we can make do. Well, the problem is MCPC is still not set up. All right, this right here is I think what it's called is a MIRV. It's got multiple warheads on it. And we got a nice little mountain structure over here. So we are going to test and see what happens when this monster hits this monster. And we're going to drop it right. Oh, I got to set it. Damn it. So anyways, here I am working with the mods, trying to get them to work, and I didn't realize that Forge and Bucket don't play well. That was just a noob mistake on my end, and you know, it's one of those things that if you don't mess with it regularly, you may not even know what all these different things are. So, you know, after damn it! After talking to some of the people, it looks like Forge is going to be coming up with a brand new... Oh, son of a bitch. It's going to be coming up with a brand new system to handle the way it all interacts with each other. So that's going to take even longer. They're not just going to port it. They're going to come up with a brand new system. But the nice thing is the new system is basically going to make Bucket a Forge mod. So instead of, you know, trying to make the two play nice, we're just going to change it up, and it's just going to basically work by default, which is really nice. It's a really interesting setup. All right, let me see if I can get this detonated right there. And let's zip over here so we can actually see the missile launch. There he goes. Holy shit, that thing goes way up there. Anyways, so the issue was I can't run Forge and Bucket at the same time. Oh, damn. What the hell? Well, that's odd. I think they hit the ground before they could detonate. Oh, that's weird. That is weird, yeah. I'm gonna restart and see if it just magically works now. Huh. So I guess because the way the mountains work, it kind of screwed it up. All right, we're going to try that one more time. So anyways, with Forge and all of that, it's going to be a little bit longer. Well, the problem with that is Bucket is one of the main things that I've been using. That's pretty much all I've used to run my server. And by run it, I mean administrate. Essentials and all of that stuff are part of the Bucket system. And so with Bucket not being an option, you know, I can't do the rollback mods, I can't use world edit, I can't use essentials, you know, all of the administrative mods that I used, none of that stuff works. And the problem that you run into is like, well, you know, unfortunately, not everybody who is a subscriber to my channel is a nice person. In fact, there's every time I've run a server, we have a group of D-bags that come and try and screw things up. And, you know, that's going to happen no matter what. I mean, it's just part of doing business and part of life. So what this is going to mean, and the problem with this... Damn, that's way up there. Oh, I want to see if we can see the split. Here it comes. Where's the split? Split. It bounced. Holy shit, it bounced. What the hell? You guys see this, right? This thing is... Nuclear missiles are not supposed to bounce. I can confirm that they do not bounce. Not like that, anyway. So, I'm going to try and actually complete my thought now. Was that another missile? I swore I saw something. Yeah, there's something up here in the sky. What the hell? Is this the shell of the missile itself? And it is running away from me. Alright, well, anyways. So, needless to say, you know, I can't control access on the server. I can't control people's permissions. I can't roll back damage. I can't stop griefing, etc., etc. And the problem that we run in with that is, you know, just like I said, not everybody who watches the channel is a nice person, which is unfortunate. So due to this, we're going to have to be very careful with how we administrate the server. So we are going to go ahead and go forward with this server. This is going to be a Apocalypse / World War III server. We're going to have nations. Nations are going to be able to set up their bases, etc., etc. And we're going to probably have some form of loose scenario. And, the goal is basically everybody's going to get to build their base for a period of time. And at the end of said base time, we are going to just kind of get it on and just nuke each other, basically. And, the goal will be to build your base in such a way that you can survive, or at least mitigate the damage that you might get with said nuclear, apocalypse. There we go. Well, let's try this little bastard, see if he'll work. The nuclear cluster missiles are probably not something that I want to use anyway. And we're going to try detonating it right here. That's a little close, actually. So, since we don't have all of these administration setups, and I can't really utilize those, it's going to be very restrictive until Bucket works. There we go, that functions. Oh, the piggies! The piggies! Oh, no, run, piggies. Run. This is the red matter explosion. I don't think this one is actually even in the game at the moment. I don't think it can actually be created, but we're going to test something real quick. That thing right there will continue to expand until it pops 30 blocks distance in all directions, or I think until the actual singularity expands to that size. Supposedly, you can pop it. So we're going to see if we can pop it. Let's see. Let's use a nuclear missile to try and drop it. There we go. Nuclear missile is live. And we're going to see if we can't knock this thing out. There we go. Because as you can tell, that's going to do just a ton of damage. There's our nuke. We'll get a little distance because I have a feeling that's going to make a rather big explosion. Here we go. And boom. Oh, the nuke got hit by the damn... It actually got captured by the singularity. Alright, let's do an air burst then. We are at what? Air is... Let's do it at 70. Let's do it at 80. We'll do an air burst at 80. Whoops. So, right now, people aren't going to be able to get on the server unless they're trusted or been with me for a long time, etc., etc. Once Bucket and Forge work together, we will expand this. Now, that's not to say that nobody's going to be allowed on the server. All of my old mods will be allowed on the server, and then let's try 80. There we go. That's an air burst. Why am I... There we go. And, we might let other people onto the server, but they'll be more or less extremely supervised, if that makes any sense. And so by that, you're not going to be able to just roam around and do whatever you want. And that's kind of a bummer. I really would like to be able to allow more people on, but, I won't have any rollback functions. And since this is a YouTube server, there it goes. That worked. That was a little too high. Or maybe not. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was way too high. It did set off the MIRVs, though. Those nukes that were over there on the ground that did not get set off. Yeah, they got set off. Holy shit, they got set off. Oh, wow. Let's get in here and take a look at this damage. This was the original cluster nuke that I detonated. And as you can see, that's a pretty large amount of damage. You just got to make sure with that you do an airburst detonation, because if it hits the ground before it detonates, then it bounces and just sits there. And that's not cool. Nobody likes a nuclear missile that just bounces and sits there. It's just not cool. Now, it looks like the nuke moved our singularity. Our singularity was up here. Now, this is one of the things I was talking about. You can't necessarily destroy this, but you can move it. Now, if I hit it with an antimatter missile, that will destroy it. But an antimatter missiles can't be actually created in the game yet. Let's take a look at the singularity. Look at this thing, dude. Knocked that shit through the world. And we're down here at Bedrock now doing some work. I don't think it can yank Bedrock up, though. Nope, doesn't look like it can. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we will be covering this. Basically, the way it's going to work is everybody's going to get a week or 2 weeks to build their base. We're going to have build craft and industrial craft. And this is going to be our first test run. I'm going to have people that are going to run nations. We're going to have the United States. We're going to have possibly North Korea, Iran, and a few other places. And those folks will be running their nations, and they're going to be able to have a couple people that'll be there to help them if they so choose. And they will basically vouch for the people. And those people will assist them in whatever they want. Now, this isn't going to be a normal faction server or anything like that where you can have your own base and you can just do your own thing, etc., etc. This is going to be an organized, think of it like a big game of Risk, and where people are going to basically be working together to do a certain thing. And mainly, now we're not going to be using weapons this big over here because there's no way to survive these two types of weapons. We will most likely, I'm going to be testing these different weapons. That's basically what I'm doing in this video. God, that is an awesome looking hole though, man. That is awesome looking. We're going to test the weapons over the next couple days, figure out exactly what weapons are going to be acceptable to be used on the planet. And then those will be the setups that can be used. And this mod is really cool because it has nuclear deterrence, it's got anti-nukes, it's got a lot of different stuff, and so we're going to be playing around with it. Unfortunately, until we get Red Power 2 and some of the other stuff, a lot of the really cooler ideas that I have, like fully functional silos, or maybe like ships that can actually not fly around, but swim around in the water and engage targets and things like that, won't be functional until we can get Red Power functioning, because I think Red Power is where frames are located, if I remember right, and without Red Power you can't have frames. I'm not 100% sure, so I'll have to take a look at that, but we are looking forward to doing this. So as soon as Bucket comes out, we will drastically open the doors for more and more people, and eventually I would like this to be a nice 60 slot server that has a rolling 1 month timer. And eventually the idea we're going to have is it's going to be a very claustrophobic area. It's going to run factions or townie, and the nations will get on first. The nation, general or dictator or president or whatever the hell you want to call it, and they will get on first. They will get to claim their territory, and then they will be able to recruit individuals. Now, we'll probably have some sort of contest or something like that, like you build a structure or you build a bunker, or whatever, and you post that, and the people with the best bunkers or structures or whatever will get the slots first, and then we'll expand as we go from there. And eventually, hopefully, it'll be an open server that everybody can get on. So I think Bucket's not going to be available until, or MCPC probably won't be available till sometime mid-November. So don't expect the first run, possibly the first 2 runs to be open to the public. But I will keep you guys informed. I will announce the nations this week. I know Big D's going to run one. I know Wayne's going to run one. And, I'm not sure who else, but it should be a fun little setup. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. Sorry that the Minecraft content has kind of slowed down, at least at the end of last week, the beginning of this week, just mainly due to the fact that all the new releases on my main channel have kept me incredibly busy. But I will be fixing that over the next couple days. We'll get back to posting regular stuff, and mainly looking forward to covering this server. I think it's going to be a hoot. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys got any ideas, criticisms, or input, feel free to let me know there. I'd love to hear what you guys say. And I guess that's pretty much it. So have a great week. I'll have some more clips up over the next couple days. And I guess that's it. So till next time, catch you guys in the next clip.